I have scoured the whole of TikTok. It was really tough. I had to watch everything on my For You page. That's right. I completed it. I got all the way down to the bottom, trying to find the most crazy conspiracy theories on the platform. And I got them. So without further ado, let me open your eyes so you can wake up to the reality that's out there. Joe Biden's raising velociraptors on the moon with a rose toy in.
Have you heard of the dinosaur theory? Many people ask, what made the dinosaurs go extinct?
Me farting. No, Jesus, when he was born and he farted. That's the truth. I probably should have mentioned this whole page is Elon Musk talking about conspiracy theories as well. So every time it's going to be his voice.
Well, they're asking the wrong question. The question isn't, what made them go extinct? The real question is, why is its tail coming out its elbow? And that's about it. And what are these? That's the real question. Question is, did they even go extinct? Now, you might not believe this part. They didn't call these so-called dinosaurs dinosaurs. In reality, they called them dragon. The theory goes on to say that...
Oh my God. In reality, they didn't call dinosaurs dinosaurs. We're talking about people who were alive at the same time as dinosaurs. No one was alive then. They were calling them dragons, apparently, not dinosaurs. We've misinterpreted it. I knew we were stupid.
That the word dinosaur wasn't even made up until 1841.
Some dumb idiot in 1841 made up the word dinosaur. Before that, they were saying dragon. And he was like, oh, I'm going to change it because it doesn't look too good. And we've been fooled ever since. And we thought, they've gone extinct. No, they haven't. They just changed their name legally. There's still dragons flying around.
Most of human history, these massive land creatures are just called dragons. Did you know that dinosaur isn't even in the dictionary in 1891? For most of human history, they were known as dragons.
To be honest, I didn't even know there was a dictionary in 1891. Who was even reading that? Who reads them now? What's the point? I know every word there is. Butt, poop, backflip, musk, groin. And I could go on, by the way. I could do them all. This video is already crazy because it's just making no sense. The whole argument is dinosaurs never went extinct because guess what? Their real name is dragon. They made the word dinosaur up, so they can't be extinct. How does that make any sense at all?
So, dragons are mentioned in the Bible 34 times. Isn't that a bit crazy? I mean, think about, don't dragons even look a bit like some dinosaurs?
But I'm not going to be reading the Bible all the way down to the bone to find out if dragons are mentioned 34 times.
Look at the pterodactyl.
What? Sorry, what?
Even look a bit like some dinosaurs. I mean, look at the pterodactyl.
Did you say birds?
Times. Isn't that a bit crazy? I mean, think about, don't dragons even look a bit like...
Oh, don't dragons even look like pterodactyl? Dragon is a made-up animal. So the truth is dinosaurs never went extinct. They just turned into birds. And Derek Malone made that clear. Birds are dinosaurs. And at first glance, you might be thinking, oh, Derek's one of those. Derek's actually right. Dinosaurs did evolve into what we now call birds. Look at a bird. Look at a pigeon. Doesn't it look a bit like a dinosaur? Because it's their ancestor. That's why. And I'm not even joking right now. I saw a documentary about it. Okay, so where are the dragons now? Yeah, you don't get anything past Coconut Bird. Game of Thrones. They're right. I did watch that documentary.
So you know about Willy Wonka, right? The fictional character in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The glass elevator, and so on. Well, there's a theory on the real Willy Wonka, like the guy who inspired the whole story. He had like a very dark secret.
I mean, that's terrifying. Is that real? No, obviously not. That's terrifying. The AI I pooped my pants a little bit. That's seriously terrifying. Willy Wonka's he'll eat your face off. Willy Wonka will literally eat your face off, the real version.
Secret. So his name was Tonka Jahari, I believe. And it's unclear whether he directly influenced the British films, but there are certainly close similarities in their actions. He was a very successful businessman in the early 20th century.
Yeah, but what I want to know is, was he putting Augustus poop up the fucking chute or not? Was he putting him up the pipe and letting him get stuck there and dying in the chocolate fountain? Or was he just making chocolate? I want to know the truth.
A chocolate factory in Philadelphia. Coincidentally, all of his workers were like little people. Some people might infer that they were actually children. Regardless, they were little, just like the Oompa Loompas in the films.
But how people not figure it out? All his workers were little people. Some people were even saying they could even be children. Can you not just find that out? Which one was it?
Factory, but the tourists would regularly disappear. The theory goes on to say that he was stingy with his money, which would reinforce the idea that he used child labor, which would be cheap. More than 200 people were never to be seen again after attending his tours, and then apparently the reason no one spoke up was because they were fearful of this man. You know, he was wealthy and economically powerful for the city.
So the real Willy Wonka putting the tourists into their chocolate bars. There, I said it. There's the truth. That's right. And you just watched Willy Wonka and enjoyed the video, and you thought, oh, look at Augustus Gloop going up the tube. Augustus Gloop was put into a nut nut and raisin bar.
Isn't it strange that we're all constantly using our smartphones like 24/7
Yes!
all day, every day, yet we never ever use them or even see them whilst we're dreaming?
It is kind of an interesting subject. I've spoken about this with a couple people. I've never seen my phone in my dreams, and they never have either. And I know everyone in the world. No, but I am actually curious. So drop a comment right now if you have ever seen your phone in your dreams, because I've never spoken to anyone who has seen their phone in their dreams. I wonder why.
Ask your friends and family, do they ever dream? If so, have they actually seen their phone whilst dreaming? This isn't only phones. Other smart technology like laptops and computers, you just barely see them, let alone interact with them. There's a theory that speculates that this proves that we are actually living in a simulation because some sort of energy is like not wanting you.
I don't know how you would jump to simulation from that. I would jump to the idea of it being like our brains are still like, we still got hunter-gatherer brains. So that's why our dreams make no fucking sense. Like Gary from SpongeBob is climbing up the staircase and this Chinese man comes up to me and calls me beautiful, rather than me being sat down filming a video with laptops in front of me. But my dreams make no sense. So you couldn't even slip a phone in there. That would be the weirdest thing, because I'd be like, that's out of place. Where's the gorilla who was touching his groin? What happened to the pig that was fixing my skateboard? The pig has 7 penises, by the way.
You to see something. In this case, it's your phone being hidden. Majority of people are vibrating at a negative or just like regular frequency. At this level,
you know why?
Don't really recognize.
They bought their rose toys from Temu. If you buy your rose toy from a quality distributor, you'd be vibrating at the right frequency, that's for sure.
Things that may be harming them. So imagine you become your higher self, right? Or reach a new realm where you're just happy and spiritually evolved. Once you see that phone, where it's just you scrolling, wasting your time, and lowering your frequency, you might decide, I don't want that anymore. Imagine that happens in the masses.
Oh my god, it's the chili, it's Willy Wonka again. It's Chili Wonka. It's Chili Wonka because he's got a jacket on. I don't think seeing your phone in your dreams is going to make you reach a new plane. I think you'll forget about it. To be honest, you don't remember most of your dreams. So you may well have seen a phone in your dream, you just didn't remember it. Because your latest dream happened to be you throwing a cat at a wall, and the wall jumped off and said, do it again. Would you like fries with that? DJ Dutchman says, I have seen my phone in my dream. We've just got to take this guy's word for it because we can't actually get inside his brain. Me too. I saw my own phone in my dreams, but I couldn't use it. Not working, and I forgot how to use it. And also I wanted to call for some because I was in danger, but I couldn't remember any phone number. Same here. That's exactly my case, 100%. Wow. No way. Mine played video of my day's interactions, third person watching third person's third person. Me too. Actually, last night, lost my phone in a dream. I seen my friends. I didn't have to use it because he answered, but he gave it to me to listen. Yeah, me too. Blood want to send it different. So it turns out some people have seen their phone in their dream. I don't think that many people will lie. So I'm curious. You let me know. You seen your phone in your dream? Tell me the truth.
This is probably one of the craziest conspiracies out there. It states that governments and those in power actively push
that's Keir Starmer, that's Donald Trump and Patrick Bateman.
Most extreme conspiracy theories and theorists so that they would be known and discredited. That way, there would be a stream of thought.
The crow that was literally just out there on the tree just got an upgrade. This is the crow you saw earlier now. Feel old yet? Yeah, he glue up. He's looking good.
To dismiss any conspiracy theory as absurd, so that when someone actually discovers a real conspiracy but lacks conclusive evidence, they will say it is a conspiracy.
What's with all the fucking
unconsciously
apples? I'm sorry, if I was an alien, I would not have that many apples on my desk. That's clutter, and I don't think I'd need to eat anyway. I'd just absorb people's energy.
Discredit them, or be even more skeptical of what would be a real conspiracy. If you look at one end of the spectrum, the theories will seem absolutely outrageous. But once you look at the other, it just reads as common sense.
What's with
like
all the
simple
fucking
science.
apples? What's this represent? They're making otherworldly apple pie, apple crumble or something? I'm going to be honest, I'm so lost with this conspiracy theory, I don't even know what they're talking about. I just saw the Illuminati and it's talking about conspiracy theories. You might think they're outrageous, but they want you to think that or something. I don't really know because I'm being thrown off by all the fucking apples everywhere. I don't really know what that's about.
When people think conspiracy theory, they jump to like crazy ones. For example, reptilian aliens helping Tupac or just some celebrity live out his days in Cuba, rather than some theory about wealthy, powerful people, which is what most conspiracies boil down to.
So it's saying that there's like crazy conspiracy theories, which makes people think any conspiracy theory is crazy. So you've got reptilian aliens helping Tupac live out his life in Cuba. Crazy one. But then one not so crazy, a rich man using his money to do something. And because that's so crazy, people are like, oh, all conspiracies are so crazy, so it makes this one seem crazy. I think that's what they're saying. Kind of sounds Might have to hit the follow button. I'm picking up what they're putting down now.
They are poisoning us. You know those drumstick ice cream cones?
Yeah.
There's a crazy theory that
I know.
it's not really real ice cream.
Up and eat and come.
It sounds crazy, but the theory goes on to make a bit of sense. Someone proved this by...
I love that. It sounds crazy, but the theory goes on to make a bit of sense. Just a bit. I'll be honest, it doesn't make a lot of sense, but there's a bit that makes sense.
leaving the product out at room temperature, by the way. And they left it for about a whole day. After 24 hours, it still didn't melt. Real
It's
ice
not really
cream.
a conspiracy theory though, because it's everyone knows that all the like big companies make shit stuff. Because that's just full of shit. It's not real ice cream, because if you look at the ingredients list, it's huge. If you want real ice cream, there's probably just cream, condensed milk, maybe sugar, a little bit of meat. But that will have an extensive list, and it's just separated and probably not melted properly, because I don't think that's not melted. I think that's just like fluffy, if that makes sense. It's just like foam, but it looks unmelted.
cream has a tendency to melt in minutes. It looks like mashed potatoes in this case. That can't be healthy to eat. Now, someone isn't eating ice cream for the health benefits, but it's still crazy. Also, they don't actually disclose that it's ice cream on the box. Legally, they can't, as it doesn't have at least 10% milk fat. Also, if you look carefully, the box just says frozen dairy dessert cones. It doesn't say ice cream anywhere. The crazy thing is that they have one that melts and that says ice cream on it, but all the others don't.
Yeah, it's not really a conspiracy theory. They're literally not calling it ice cream, so that's on you guys if you think that's real food.
SeaWorld allegedly recently got caught hiding a mosasaurus. This is just a rumor.
SeaWorld literally just got caught hiding a dinosaur. This is a rumor, but they literally just got, it's legit. SeaWorld did not get caught hiding a dinosaur. Yeah, this is actually bang on. It's SeaWorld. They wouldn't hide it. They'd exploit it. They'd have people fucking lying. You could ride the dinosaur for £100. Go inside the dinosaur for £10. We'll hold its mouth open with a crane.
But in case you haven't heard it yet, they are allegedly hiding a great white shark and a megalodon. And then on top of that,
I thought there was thought it was going to say they're actually hiding a great white shark and a megalodon inside the dinosaur, inside the mosasaurus. And then inside the great white is Tupac. Trust me. It's a rumor, but trust me, it's legit. They ain't doing all that.
World allegedly recently got caught hiding a mosasaur. Beneath the orca show tank, there's like a spot. Robert Jones, I think his name, megalodon. And then on top of that, some guy found something kind of frightening, right? This man named...
Okay, yeah, some guys found something frightening, because what the fuck is that, to be honest with you? Nothing. It's literally nothing. You can't name that.
His name was. He decided to sneak in and around SeaWorld in search of something extraordinary. Beneath the orca show tank, there's like a spot.
What'd he find?
And it's prohibited to anyone that's not an employee there. So he went there, right? He reached a door that says employees only.
I bet he
and
ignored
went
it.
right through.
Knew it.
It was like, you know those underwater hallways with gigantic sea animals? He was seeing that, but noticed nothing weird yet. Well, he kept walking and got to this store-type room, which read, classified information, no employees allowed. Obviously, he went through it, and that's where he claims to have seen a live megalodon on the other side of the door. This is just a rumor, remember?
It was just sat there like this. Oh, good heavens. You've found me. You're not supposed to be in here. What was it, in a tank or something? Do you know how big megalodons are? They're huge. I don't think it was just, sat in an office chair on the other side of the door? It was in a room? How'd they do that? How could you make a conspiracy theory up and just be like, here's a rumor. It's highly possible that it's not true, but I'm going to say it anyway. Because why not? Would not doubt that. You should fucking doubt that. Start doubting things, please.
Cow's milk used to be pushed and advertised so much back in the day. During, like, the 90s and
They got Shaq with a milk muzz. They got him.
2000s, got milk ads were everywhere. I'm sure if you're of age, you remember the got milk ads. They were everywhere.
Got
So,
milk.
listen closely, right? Here is the theory. Back in World War II, they needed
Wait,
something
did it say
for
if you're
soldiers
of
to
age?
survive on. Ads were everywhere. I'm sure if you're of age,
If you're old enough to fuck, I'm sure you know there was fucking milk ads everywhere. If you're not a virgin, I'm sure you know there was milk ads everywhere. But for the virgins, you need some milk. There was milk everywhere back then.
remember the got
Why couldn't you
milk
just
ads?
say if
They
you were
were
born
everywhere.
then?
So, listen closely, right? Here is the theory. Back in World War II, they needed something for the soldiers to survive on, so they resorted
It was breast milk all along, wasn't it? We've been drinking breast milk. That's why my bones are so big and strong, for fuck's sake.
to the powdered form of milk and other milk products for easy protein to stay alive. So during the war period, the demand for milk was...
This guy's got no fucking head. It's just a bit of neck and then a helmet on the top. Or no neck and it's just head under that mushroom helmet.
All these milk companies had mass supplies of milk. They had these massive farms, massive factories, and all.
It's like my heaven. Fill that with breast milk. That's my heaven. Just me there, just surrounded in breast milk, just swimming around, just guzzling it down straight from these big metal vats. Oh my God.
Post-war period, the demand died out a bit. Nobody's drinking milk
He's aged
anymore
so
because
well.
they just don't need it. But this is where it gets important. All these wealthy people had already
Willy
invested
Wonka again.
millions, large amounts of money into the milk industry, and so obviously they had to boost demand. So what do? They market the absolute hell out of milk. Remember, every celebrity had like the got milk, whatever. Like, why was milk advertised so much all over school and everything? Like, do you remember the milk lady? There was even milk days, like...
Yeah, I had milk days. They got me. That's not really a conspiracy theory. It's probably just true. They had excess milk, so they marketed it as life. That's what they do with everything. I have no desire to drink milk. Oh, really, Charlene? What about now? Bitty, bitty, bitty. Got ya. She's now at the screen. She watches my video. She's now at the screen going... I drink 2 gallons of whole milk a week. I drink raw milk too. Never had a problem. 2 gallons of whole milk a week. How big are your gallons? They're like that, aren't they? You're drinking 2 of them a week? You're the milkiest little thing. You're the milkiest little dude I've ever known. You got the strongest little bones on the planet. What? Guys, I love a fucking glass of milk. It calms me right down. It gives me a little bit of asthma, but it's worth it. Just for that sweet, sweet nectar, you know?
We haven't physically ever touched down on the moon.
Here we go.
What we've been told is all allegedly a lie. Even outer space,
It's all allegedly a lie, which might be a bit true, but it's probably not true at all, by the way. I hate the way they word this stuff. They're like, I'm going to tell you a conspiracy theory, but it's not true, probably. I don't know. I'm just saying shit.
People haven't visited, as there's a invisible barrier.
Oh, the firmament thing
surrounding our
again.
globe, and they call it the firmament. And apparently beyond this firmament, there is water. There's documents that provide evidence for this, and the government allegedly launched up into the atmosphere to just test, like, the reaction. Well, that's what information with.
It's worded so badly as well, to test like the reaction or whatever. Every single one of these accounts always has a video about the apparent firmament layer, which just isn't true. I spoke about this before. Why would it make any more sense for the Earth to be surrounded by a layer of water? Why would that make more sense than space? I don't really get it. I don't really get why would they even come up with that.
What information we're fed to take in. There's a theory that states that it was all an attempt to crack the so-called firmament. And hear this is a massive coincidence. The program was called Operation Fishbowl. You can find proof for that online. Isn't that crazy? The theory goes on to say that when looking at stars in the sky, they seem to shine through a liquid-like substance. Regardless if you use your eyes or zoom in using a camera, people have come forward making this claim. Several individuals have also identified rockets launched into the sky, hitting an invisible ceiling.
Yeah, I actually got tagged in a video earlier about the rocket hitting a so-called firmament layer. The rocket just blew up, by the way. That's all that happened. Also, I've explained this before about the whole twinkling thing. Because if you don't know, I studied astrophysics. The twinkling you see in stars is because of just the interaction of light with all the particles in our atmosphere. It's not because there's a layer of water. It's the same deal. Like, you would see twinkling through water because light's interacting and refracting off of all the water particles. Same thing happening with our atmosphere, the particles in the atmosphere. Just because you can't see a liquid substance doesn't mean gas isn't there. And light can absolutely interact with gas just as much as it can interact with liquid. So that's what the twinkling is. Does not mean there's a firmament layer. However, this person disagrees. Outer space doesn't exist. The firmament. Well, they now think outer space just doesn't exist. I think the firmament theory is that there is a layer of water and then there's space. Is it? I don't know. This person just thinks space doesn't exist. What do you think where are we then? What part of Earth is touching a floor then? Or what? Are we just suspended in a big, just like glass of milk maybe? We didn't have the technology to go to the moon in the 60s. Yeah, no one believe Kevin, please. Another thing, people are like, hey, if we had the technology to go in the 60s, why haven't we been back since? The truth is there was funding in the 60s because of the space race. We could absolutely go back. From the 60s onwards, we could have gone back to the moon. But why? It costs so much money and you get nothing out of it. So the program would never be funded anyway. People say we lost the technology. We never lost it. We got the technology, but you need funding for that stuff. And governments are never going to fund a trip to the moon when they can't profit off something. It just wouldn't make sense. They feel like, oh, I'd rather fund the army, or I'd rather fund fucking over people or something. So we definitely went to the moon and we We could have gone to the moon every single year since we went to the moon, but it's unfortunately life's about money. That's just the truth. But we are going back 2025. We're going back. I'm going right there with them.
You know what's so weird about Antarctica? It is empty. Like there's nothing there. So if you wake up and decide that you want to go see some emperor penguins or any wildlife there, you can't physically visit the interior of Antarctica, which somehow this guy actually went to. I think his name is Remy Warren.
How can you say you physically can't do it, which somehow this guy did? I think his name was Remy Warren. You're just making shit up before our very eyes and just expecting us to let it slide.
So it's like a full-blown camp, as in it's got library.
I'm sorry, what? You can't go to the interior of Antarctica because it's just not there. But somehow this guy did, and there's a full camp there. So there's nothing there, but there's a full-on camp with a library. You got a library there as well?
Indoor area for you to do activities with bathrooms, showers, and everything. It's got nice tents, and it's just like fully established. So when landing there, there's a blue ice runway, which is just a runway constructed in Arctic areas with no net annual snow accumulation. So you're just landing on straight ice. It's crazy.
Straight ice.
And then they have these tents, like special tents that they stay in. And apparently, the sun is so strong down there that people actually cover up.
This is a real photo, by the way, from Antarctica. This is a real photo. So they're enjoying their veggies together. This guy's eating salmon. This is an emperor penguin baby, 2 hamsters making love midair, floating midair, making love.
From it. Like the guy was wearing long sleeves, a jacket, and had a fully wrapped face. You might say, oh, that's required for Antarctica, but for the sun, that's just crazy. The sun just never goes down. And then finally, they have so much food.
Bananas.
Like, they had a full dining facility, but they never have any wildlife up there, like ever. There's millions upon millions of penguins, but there's no food source in the...
It's just all over the place. They never have any wildlife up there ever, but they've got millions and millions of penguins. Which one? I saw the hamsters making love midair. I know they're real. Antarctica always seems to be the hot topic for conspiracy theories. People think there's shit tons going down there. Ain't nothing going down there, boy. Go find out. There's nothing happening in Antarctica. Just some camps, some research, no aliens, no balls, no dick. Trust me. Okay, but what's beyond Antarctica? The rest of the world. We're on a fucking globe, okay? There's no wall. It's not a flat planet. You can't go past Antarctica and find more continents. You just get right back around the world again. There is plenty there. Everything we have been lied about. There's just hamsters making love midair. That's all there is. So what do penguins eat? Now we're thinking logically. Really? Fish! Mostly krill. How can you... TikTok themselves just took the piss out of this guy. To be fair, the whole video said there's nothing there. There's no food source there. There's millions of penguins. So it's a valid question to say, what do they eat? Really? Fish, idiot. Mostly krill, actually. This guy is at least helpful. If nothing there, nothing to harm, why is it restricted from public? Why? Because it's just not safe, man. You'd go. So what are they hiding there? Millions of penguins, hamsters, floating hamsters that is, who don't mind PDA and doing shit midair in front of everyone. And mostly krill.
So, you know that your brain is literally the most powerful weapon.
My brain. Me after having a great idea. Me after thinking of a video idea for YouTube. Me after doing my 7th Instagram reel cooking chef videos. Me after I think of a donut.
If our brains were computers, they'd be able to do 20 million calculations per second. Just in one human brain,
I can do that already.
200 billion neuroconnections.
8, 7, 126, 50, 11, Peter Pan, peanut butter. I was supposed to say peanut butter then. Sometimes that happens.
Making it the most complex thing on Earth. Even scientists find it hard to understand. It's like your body...
This is YouTube looking at my brain after I release an absolute banger. How did he do that? We need to test him. So true.
Can go to a certain point, but the mind can make the body go into autopilot. And that's why, like, in the military people are made to be physically fit, right? And then they're trained mentally to, like...
This guy's got no ass crack. No ass crack, just one butt cheek. One single butt cheek. That's crazy. They're trained to do that in the military? No ass
swim
crack?
Further and climb more.
Yeah.
Research even shows that deep states of meditation grows like new brain cells. And you know that it is more active.
The fuck's going on with her feet? This foot's got 2 ends to it like a worm. This is a penis. This has toes on both sides. It's not connected to the body in any way. It's just on his lap.
At night, right? That's why people can have these...
She's smoking a brain.
Dreams. Like, have you ever been in a dream, right? And then, like, your brain is mixing up locations. Like,
yes.
You'll be in your house, but the moment you step out, you're in, like, another part of your life, like your high school, or even another country. It's so weird. Unlocking the secrets of the brain has got to be one
Nice
of the
hat.
most interesting things one can do.
Can't believe Elon Musk said all this in one podcast. That's crazy. The brain actually is insane though. Think about, you go to sleep, you dream. Your brain creates this simulation, creates this world, puts you in it. But every character you come across and have an interaction with, your brain is also controlling them. But you, the character you, inside your simulation, inside your dream, doesn't know what they're going to say, but your brain is controlling both of you, but putting favor towards you. That's nuts. So think what the brain is capable of. Immense things. The subconscious acts of doing things as well. Like you're going on a drive and you blank out for the whole drive. You think, how did I even end up here? I just managed to get here. Do you really do anything? I don't even do anything. My subconscious does everything. Think about it. You're saying words right now, but before you say the next word, did you know you were going to say that? I didn't. You only know it afterwards, and you think, yeah, I'm meant to be doing all this. This is all subconscious talk right now. Speak to the camera. No, speak to the screen. Speak to me right now. Do you know what you're about to say next? No, you don't. You might have an idea of it, but you don't know the words before it comes out. Listen to me speak right now. Every word goes through your head. The words I'm saying are really quick, and your brain translates and understands exactly what I'm saying. You're not thinking on every single word that I say, holding on to it and thinking, he said this word, connect it to that word, to that word, to that word. It's a whole sentence. This is what he means. You're not thinking that. Your brain is doing it all for you, translating it into a sentence that makes sense. Everything I'm saying, your brain is taking in for you, understanding it, and creating a reaction. You're not doing anything. And on that note, your brain should now press the subscribe button, press the like button, press the comment, and drop a brain emoji if you made it this far. Share this to your family group chat, and if you want to watch another video, you just have to press the video on my brain right now, and you're gonna love this one. You're gonna dig this. Thank you.